Hey kids, I'm going to teach you how to make this really cool Japanese-inspired koi fish. That's a type of fish, a koi. It's kind of like a giant goldfish or a carp. A Japanese-inspired windsock, or sometimes I've heard these called kites. Now, there's lots of ways you can make these, and on this one, you might be able to tell that I have the same image repeated over and over. And if you think back to earlier this year, you might recall that I made this by stamping with a print block that I made. So this is a printmaking project combined with a lot of other art materials. It's a mixed media art project. Since you've already done some printmaking, I think we're going to try something a little bit different. There's lots of ways to do this. So the first step is to choose your kind of background color. Now, it just so happens in this example, I have yellow, and I chose yellow again, but you could really use any color. Here's another one that's part way finished, and I have pink. So any color you like. And then you're going to trace this fish tracer that I made for you. Now, this is a perfectly symmetrical shape. It's a little hard to see all of it under this screen, but it's exactly the same on both sides. There happens to already be a crease here. If I fold this in half, I can see that the edges line up exactly. So this project includes learning about how to make a shape completely symmetrical, the same on both sides. So I have my fish body tracer. I'm going to set it on my paper. If you want, you could line this long edge up to the edge of your paper, but it doesn't really matter. And trace. Trace, trace, trace. I'm tracing. Now, this is going to be a little bit surprising to you, I bet. The eyes for your fish, the eyeballs, are going to be up here, not down here where it's more narrow. This is the tail of the fish. This is where the head of the fish is. So I've traced it once, and then I just pass it along to someone else. And you guessed it, I'm going to cut it out. Oh, I actually had two pieces of paper. Okay, so I have it cut out. Now, we need to leave a little bit of room here for a special wire that's going to be folded over, and that's going to keep the opening, the top of your windsock open in a circle. So we're going to have this wire that folds around like a circle to keep it open. So the first thing I want you to do is on this long edge, not the shorter edge, I want you to fold down about, I don't know, between 1/2 inch and 1 inch. That's maybe as wide as my thumb, but my thumb is probably a little wider than yours. Just have that folded over because we know we need this little bit reserved, and that way you won't make any awesome decorations that would be folded over and lost. Now I'm going to fold it one more time. I'm going to try and fold that line of symmetry down the middle. So I'm going to put my finger where I think the middle, about in the middle. And then with my other hand that's not holding the middle, I fold it over. And then I kind of have to guide it a little bit to get it lined up as much as I can. I still haven't pressed anything down hard over here, so I can still adjust. Once I have it, I'm going to hold it down, kind of check down here. Now maybe I didn't cut perfect, but I want to get it as close as I can. Now that I have it, I hold this edge down and sort of swipe over, and then swipe up and swipe down. And when I open it up, I have a nice line of symmetry that will help me get my designs the same on both sides. Okay, I have another really cool trick I'm going to show you. So, by the way, did you notice that I flipped this over? I want this little folded edge facing down right now. I'm going to start by making the eyeballs of my fish. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but fish have kind of big googly eyes. So I'm going to make one eye here, and then I'm going to do a little special trick to transfer that image on the other side so that the eyes are symmetrical. So start with either side. I'm just going to do this one because it's easier for me. And I'm going to start by making my white circle and coloring it in. We're using oil pastels. And then I'm going to use a black and make the center, the pupil of the fish. I guess a fish doesn't really have an iris, the colored part. Excuse me. And I'm going to outline it as well. Now here's my really cool trick, and you can use this for the eye, and then you can use it later as you decorate other parts of your fish. I already have a crease here, right, because I already folded my line of symmetry. Oops. I'm going to take this, fold it over, and then I'm going to use this kind of long handle on my scissors, rub the back, and when I open this up, can you predict what will happen? That's right. You're going to get a little bit of the image from the oil pastel transferring over to the other side. This way, my eyes are exactly the same on both sides. Same shape, same size, shape, and in the same placement. Now, it doesn't look like I got that traced that line very well, but that's okay.